mystical world where tales of wonder and fear await. If you're captivated by the mysteries we uncover, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support means everything. Now, sit back, relax, and get ready.
I am feeling cold. It's such a deep feeling that I can't tell if it's real or if I'm dreaming. I'm not sleeping, but lying on the floor, half stunned and frozen. As I slowly sober up, I feel my dry throat, stifled by my stuffy nose. I try to gulp and taste something like blood, which jolts me awake a bit. I can hear my consciousness screaming, "Get up! Run away!" When I open my eyes, I find myself on a cold, wet floor, thrown away like garbage. The hallway I am looking at seems like part of an old cathedral, with small clover-shaped windows just below the high ceiling. The only light brightening my surroundings comes from these windows, cutting through the dusty, heavy air like sharp swords. With pain in my back, I manage to stand. As I try to figure out the situation, I remember. I met a man at the party. There was a huge party at one of my best friend's beach houses, away from the city, with lots of fancy people and me. I was just looking for some fun after work. The man was probably a friend of someone. He was a gentleman, handsome, and... Why am I focusing on him? There's no benefit to this memory. I have to get out of this place first. I take a look around. There's a newly made metal door that doesn't match the old marble wall and is heavily locked with thick metal bolts. That means at the end of this hallway there must be someone who locked that door from inside. I check my phone in a hurry, but it's wet and not functioning because of the water on the floor. I know no one will call me until morning. So I decide to walk cautiously with silent steps. The place seems deserted, but I feel someone's eyes spying on me. I can sense the danger, so I lean against the wall with one arm to feel more secure. By the moment of my second step, I hear a whisper calling out my name. It's scary as hell, but also, his tone feels familiar. I remember the man at the party, again. It was mesmerizing when he got his lips closer to my neck and whispered in my ear. I feel goosebumps all over my body. Is it him? When exactly did the party end? My dizzy head is not helping, but I trust my instincts. My nose starts aching. I touch it very gently and recognize something wrong with the bone. Right now, it has to just wait. I take another step. I can feel my time is running out. Another step. Darkness grows as I reach the end of the hallway where the clover-shaped windows end. There are some sinister whispers coming from the darkness. But I know I need a few more steps to find out if there's a way out. I stop to sense. There's someone there. I can't go back, and I can't fight. I don't even know how to attack. Damn. I am going to die in pain. I am just a woman who works for a tech firm. Lots of thoughts, but none of them feel like a relief or the right explanation. Tears start to burn my eyes and my broken nose. Memories come back as my brain tries to find the answer to the biggest question. Why am I here? I remember I was in a car with some people. A man was at the driver's seat, riding the car to nowhere, into the wilderness. I was too drunk to talk. Someone asked where he was taking us, but he just smiled. After a while, all three got asleep. Except me. It was clear that they were drugged. Maybe I drank from the wrong glass. He thought I was going to faint too. That's why when we arrived, he saw me wide awake and got angry. Then he beat me, a stone-hard punch to my nose. That was the moment I passed out, and this is the reason for my broken nose. So, I am in danger but wasn't killed. Yet. I take another step. Time is passing. Humidity increases as I get closer. After 3 more steps, I am in total darkness. So I wait until my eyes get used to it. Until I can see something. Finally, I spot the silhouettes a few feet away from me. There are 3 cloaked creatures facing each other and murmuring constantly. I can feel the fear affecting my body and legs. Without seeing beyond the hallway, I start running with fast and light steps like an antelope, screaming inside and never looking back. Then I run across a greenhouse made of glass with too many rectangular desks and flower pots. After its corner, I start running in a hallway lined with many doors. They're like palace style, elegant and huge. It's still dark and smells strong, weird, like rotten meat, but I am not so sure because of my broken nose. I breathe fast from my mouth and start to feel cold. One of the doors closes right after I pass by. I feel someone's eyes spying on me again. A face comes to my mind. A masculine face directly looks at me. He has dark-colored eyes matching with his long dark hair. Attractive silky skin but pale. Like the man I met at the party. I can't get rid of his face. As if someone rules my thoughts and blocks my vision, I can't shake away his memory. We are at the beach house. He touches my face, holds my hand, and we start walking on the shore barefoot. Cold sand shivers me up. Something is wrong, but I am already hypnotized by his charm. Like I had to do what he programmed me to do. I hear his voice again. It's not too late, Bess. This is the call that sobers me up. Then I see the dark hallway again, but this time from up above. I can't feel the floor under my feet as I take another step because I am hanging in the air, without any rope or other stuff. Before I panic, the force that lifted me up lets me down slowly on my feet again. Then I hear a creak sound ahead. I just noticed the gigantic auditorium because of the light coming through the half-open doors across. Beyond the doors, I see my freedom, a large garden appearing under the full moon and night sky. I get ahead of myself once more and enter the room. I walk without stopping to examine, focusing only on the doors standing right in front of me. Forcing myself to ignore this great room with huge crystal chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, dusty mirrors reflecting the darkness back, and full of old furniture covered with sheets. No, I'll survive. A few more steps. Go on, Bess. I hear the voice again. This time only in my head. Which makes me go faster, and when I manage to get out, I find myself on the top of the stairs, stepping down to the garden. It's a large one with lots of red roses. They grew wild like a small forest. There's a stone road stretching before me, turning right after a few steps ahead, and probably not ending there. So I go. Do I have any other choice? When I turn right safely, I have to walk a few more steps to reach the fork in the road. I choose left to stay away from the cathedral, of course. There are red roses everywhere, the moon lighting my way, and the only noise comes from the wind blowing between the leaves from time to time. Under the full moon, they look mesmerizing, actually, if I were here only to explore. The road turns at another bend, and here is the center of the garden. A huge mud-soiled statue of a man stands in the center, dressed in 17th century aristocratic attire. Around the statue, there are 4 paths in different directions, but all continue into the jungle of red roses. Perfect. This place doesn't feel safe. I have to decide as fast as I can, then I hear the voice again. Hi, Bess. It trembles me from head to toe. When I search for the owner of the voice, I find him right behind the statue, hiding in its shadow. He comes out with heavy steps, looking at me like prey. By the time I plan to run away, thinking about which road I should choose, he smiles sneakily, comes one step closer, and looks right into my eyes. My heart beats like a running horse, but my mind is silent. A silence that erases all trouble, fear, pain, and everything. Like everything is normal, as if he were a friend of mine. He reaches for my hair, putting it behind my ear with a gentle move. You're so beautiful. Like a wild rose, Bess. I know you're not afraid of me or this place. You're a strong, nice woman. His gaze and words hypnotize me again. I become the woman he describes. It feels like I am half asleep, but deep down there's fear. My body knows something is wrong. No, don't do it, Bess. After those words, he touches both my arms and looks at me like he's advising a little child. You have to calm down. I'm still looking at him as if I have no choice. Well, I have none. He wears dark and aristocratic clothes, the same as at the party. Taller and younger than I remember. My broken nose protects me, but I can tell he smells sweet and attractive, which I can only feel as a burn in my throat. You managed to come here, to my beloved rose garden. Do you know that each and every rose here belongs to someone? That wasn't a real question. He looks around himself, proud of what he sees. Well, in the name of your friends, we are going to plant one rose for each. Then he turns to me with a sharp look. You, Bess. Once upon a time, I met a woman just like you. She was strong, brave like you, and managed to reach this statue too. So I gave her a gift. While telling me this story, he looks right into my eyes, and I can tell he is searching for something to hold on to, maybe trust. She was so happy, Bess. At first, she was just like a curious child, open to new experiences, but then she changed. He looks sad, disappointed most likely. Interesting, I feel him and it breaks my heart too. Maybe deep down, I got jealous of his feelings and love for her. My fear is already gone, but now I only want to be with him. That sounds crazy and normal at the same time. My normal has already corrupted. I want to know the whole story. So I ask him, why? With my question, he startles. I want to tell you, Bess. I want to tell you all my stories and adventures, but it will take a long time. You have to stay with me. Will you stay with me, Bess? I can't bear getting away from him. My answer is fast and shows my surrender to him. Yes. He grabs me by my head. As I get ready to kiss him, he leans to me and gently sinks his teeth into my neck. It didn't hurt me. With a painful, poisonous pleasure, I let my body free in his arms. While he quenches his thirst, I can see the full moon shining upon us. My vision gets darker as the minutes pass, and after a while, darkness covers everything. I wake up with a strong smell. It makes me thirsty and aggressive like an animal. I know I can fight, and I'm strong. So I open my eyes and find myself in an antique furnished, marble-walled bedroom. Guess I was not able to get out, but instead of fear, I feel curiosity. I can see easily in the darkness, smell every inch of this place. Roses, dust, and the blood. I remember my nose was broken. I check it gently and recognize that it is already healed. Since when have I been sleeping? I step out of the bed and see myself in one of the dusty mirrors. All my clothes are covered in blood. I remember his story and how he fed on me. Now I feel thirsty as hell too, and I can smell the tasty thing which is bleeding in this cathedral. I sniff it as deeply as I can, and it triggers my animal instincts. So I head for the doors, ready to face my new life and the world he gifted me.